Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from PocketNow.com, and this is the unboxing video of the Amazon Kindle. And this is what we get. And wow. And this is the Kindle.
Yes, it's been 14 years of Kindle, and what's funny is that when Brandon told me that he was going to do that review so many years ago, I didn't understand why. A product that could only read books didn't make any sense to me, and especially when I was already reading ebooks for years on my Pocket PC. It wasn't until I tried one many years later that I picked up on the genius behind these little gadgets. Surely, I know many of you still love the smell of paper and the feel of a regular book, but that would be a huge oversimplification of what a Kindle can do, and their latest model is out to prove just that. This is the new Kindle Paperwhite, a pretty overdue update to their 2018 model, and what I'd call the most ambitious change that Amazon has brought to these devices, even if you won't be able to tell that very easily. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocket Now, and this is our full review sponsored by MediaTek. Alright, I know a ton of people that still debate if buying a Kindle is worth it, so for anyone that's still wondering if this is better than a regular book, it's mostly a topic of convenience for a guy like me. For example, a good book is usually never thin or light, which makes carrying it kind of a pain. Also, a book is just a book versus a device that can carry hundreds of them and lets you buy them instantly versus having to order one and wait or have to go to a store and see if you're lucky to find one. And also, a book offers no narration, so if you're on the go, Audible can help you pick up where you left off. And then a book is not water resistant or brings a backlight or can switch to a dark mode or allows you to make the text larger or smaller. And then a book doesn't bring a built-in dictionary, nor lets you filter highlights, etc., etc., etc. And then for those of you that argue that your phone or your tablet can perform Kindle functions, that's also sort of true. The problem is that those bring notification distractions, glare, and the battery that won't last for weeks. Point is, a Kindle is not just a book replacement. It's designed to behave like a book, but it's so much more. Also, not sure if you noticed, but Kindle books are usually far less expensive than printed copies, as the cost of distribution is no longer a problem. The Kindle Paperwhite has always been this middle child, standing in between the more affordable Kindle and then the Kindle Oasis. That said, not sure if Amazon is cooking up a new flagship, but the reason I call this Paperwhite ambitious is because it's actually better than the more expensive Oasis in so many ways. To start, I've never been a fan of the asymmetrical design of the Oasis versus the more logical approach of the Paperwhite. Like its predecessor, it's crazy thin and light at just 205 grams and still brings this soft matte plastic design that's easy to hold, though color options are still not available for this new model like they are on the old one. There are two variants to choose from though, but that just means different perks and price. Think of the regular variant as more of a continuation of the old model, while the Signature Edition is your choice if you want most of the new tricks, and which is the one that I'm currently reviewing. I'd call this new design to be far more refined than any other Kindle I've used. It doesn't just cut down on the bezels dramatically, but this is actually a larger Kindle than the model before it. As a result, you get a much larger 6.8-inch display at the same 300 ppi from before, which in my opinion is the sweet spot for a pixel-free experience. It's a matte display, so glare is never a problem, and brightness got a 10% boost thanks to its 17 LEDs lighting the show. Yes, it doesn't bring all the 25 LEDs on the Oasis, but it does adopt fan favorites like the option for a warm light to not get in the way of your sleep. I still feel that e-ink is the way to go if you're a bookworm. It does a far better job when exposed to daylight, and since these Kindles are all IPX8 water resistant, bringing them to the pool or the beach is par for the course. This model in particular got far more power efficient, by the way, now providing up to 10 weeks on a charge. I seriously wish that I could tell you if those numbers are exact, but so far, I haven't really charged this Kindle once since I unboxed it. That said, some of its benefits over the Oasis is that whenever you do, you now get USB-C and even Qi wireless charging, at least if you go for the signature variant. This is also a much faster product. E-readers have never been fast at things like page turns or menu navigation to the point where I've gotten used to it, but the 20% faster claims that we got from Amazon are pretty accurate. It's the main reason I stopped using my Oasis after I got this unit. Switching between menus or turning pages almost feels natural here. A lot of it has to do with Amazon's collaboration with today's sponsor, MediaTek. This Kindle Paperwhite is now powered by their 12nm MT8113, which runs on LPDDR4 RAM, provides essentials like Wi-Fi AC and Bluetooth 5 capabilities, along with low-power options for devices like this Kindle. There's a reason why companies like Amazon trust MediaTek to power their devices. Follow the first link in the description to learn more about what makes this partnership so special. But alright, you know me, there's no such thing as a perfect product, and there are a few reasons that I am mixed. The first is the fact that even if this is Amazon's baby, I find it an irony that the Kindle application on your phone or your tablet has more perks. For example, I love listening to the author of a book narrate their work of art through Audible, but on the Kindle you can only pick audio or text, while on the phone you can see the words being read to you in real time. Now, in defense of the Kindle, the advantage here is that as opposed to doing Audible or Kindle apps separately on your phone, the Paperwhite will actually sync the text with audio as you switch between them, but of course that depends if you bought the Audible narration with the book at purchase. Second is that yes, Amazon did overhaul their Kindle software completely, but I can't say I like it. Sure, I love how the book cover is now on the background as the Kindle is on standby, and I also like that the navigation feels much faster. Where I'm mixed is because I just don't find the software to be intuitive. I wish that it would behave more like a bookshelf and less like a permanent store. I also feel that the price of the Signature Edition should include cellular connectivity. This is the one thing that the Oasis still does better, and which I feel would have been far more valuable than the Qi wireless charging that you'll only use once every 10 weeks. To conclude, I think it's important to consider some of the original premise. No, you don't need an ebook reader, it won't smell like paper nor feel like if you're turning a page every time you touch it. If these things matter to you, then you're perfectly fine with your paperback or hardcover. In my case, since I travel a lot, a Kindle is that device that I can carry easier, that gives me access to whatever book I want in whichever country I am, and can do a better job at mimicking a book than whatever tablet I carry. If your case is similar to mine, I feel this new Paperwhite is the best pick for most people. If you're on the ropes over which one is best for you, I think you'll be perfectly fine with the regular model if all you do is read. 8 gigabytes might not sound like much, but these ebooks are tiny. Now, if you care about an auto-adjusting backlight or you are into audiobooks, then the Signature Edition should be a better pick. 32 gigs will do a better job and sure, get wireless charging in tow. I do feel that there are things Kindle should do better for their price, but it doesn't stop me from recommending them. I know they're not a jack of all trades like a typical tablet, but that's precisely the point. This Kindle Paperwhite is master of this one thing far better than any of those other alternatives. Anyways, that's my opinion. Let us know if you agree with my thoughts in the comments down below, and while you're at it, follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on my personal handles to see me use an e-reader even more than I use my Z Fold for reading books because, again, it'll last more than one day. I just have to not deal with that battery stigma. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.